Good day, my wonderful pupils. How are you all doing? Hope you're all fine and healthy. I remain my humble self, Mr. Olapade. Please continually stick to the advice of medical practitioners by washing your hands regularly with soap and running water for 20 seconds. And likewise, using an alcohol-based sanitizer in the absence of what? Soap and water. I welcome you once again to this wonderful session of our virtual teaching learning process. It promises to be exciting. Please, before we go into the topic for today we are going to be tackling a subject known as basic science. And before we move into the new topic, let's quickly revise what we did in our last section. In the last section, we talked and discussed on the importance of converting energy from one form to the other, under which we explained that energy conversion is important for cooking of foods, and also running of our transportation system, even giving of energy to man, helping man to work, because without food we cannot what? We cannot work. Is that also good? Now today, let's move to our new topic, which says electricity. Now, what is electricity? Before we go into defining our subject matter, let's quickly look at this lesson's objective. The lesson's objective says, at the end of the lesson, the pupils should be able to what? Number one, define electricity. And the second one says, list and explain the types of what? Electricity. Is that taken out? Good. Now, the question now that is put to us now is that, what is electricity? What do you mean by electricity? We said that electricity is the flow of electrical power or charge. That's the first thing. He said again that electricity is what is the flow of electrons in a circuit. This flow is called electric current. What this implies is that electricity is what is the flow of charge, is the flow of electrons in the what? In a circuit. And this flow is made possible through a conductor. It travels through what we call conductor. And one good example of a conductor that allows for electricity to flow in it is the copper wire. That cable we always see at home in our house, used for connecting our electrical appliance to the socket and switching it on and off. Is that taken out? So this is what we refer to as what? As electricity. It is the flow of electrical power or charge. Is that taken out? Good. And it is this electrical power that brings out what? Light. Is that taken out? Now, what are the types of electricity that we have? We have two main types of electricity, and they are, the first one is static electricity. From the word static. Static means something that does not move, something that is stagnant. So what that implies is that this form of electricity does not move. It is stagnant. Let's look at what we have on the screen. It said static electricity is what? Is when electrical charges build up on the surface of a material. It is usually caused by rubbing materials together. The result of a build-up of static electricity is what? Is that objects may be attracted to what? To each other, or may even cause a spark or to jump from one to what? To the other. What this implies is that there are some objects that when you rub them together, they charge up, and they might even spark. They might spark. Is that taken out? They might spark. Just like rubbing metal together, two metals together. You rub it, causing friction. You see it starts sparking. Is that also? What you have in this diagram shows somebody who is touching or trying to touch the metal handle of a door, and the metal handle shocked the individual. How is this possible? This is possible when an individual sleeps on a carpet, like you lie down, either you lie down on a carpet or you walk on a carpet, walking towards a metal door, trying to open it. The moment you touch the metal handle, you receive a shock, a sudden shock. That shock is caused because your body, which is a very good conductor of electricity, have charged up due to what? To your rubbing your body on the carpet. Is that again now? And do not forget that your metal handle is a what? Is also a good conductor of what? Of electricity. Is that again now? So this form of electricity are what? Are always very static, and they are always short-lived. They do not stay long. That is now, immediately they usually lose their electric capability within a short period. Is that taken out? So they do not stay long. It is very, very short. Is that understood? Good. Now we have second to be current electricity. This current electricity is the most popular form of electricity. It is one that allows for the flow of electrons along a conductor. What is a conductor? A conductor is that material or object that allows electricity to flow through it. Example is what I told you the other time, which is your cable wire, your copper wire. That's it now. So your copper wire is an example of what? Of a good conductor. So current electricity is what? Is one that flows in that copper wire. They always flow. It is not static. It is not what? It is not static. They are not static in nature. Now they said unlike static electricity, current electricity is always in motion. They are always moving. As you can see in this diagram, moving from this direction, that is the positive direction of the cell battery to what? To lighten up the bulb. It is flowing to the what? To the bulb to light it up. It must flow through a what? Through a conductor, usually copper wire. Is that understood? Good. So static electricity are the ones that what? That are stagnant, that are static. Why current electricity are the one that what? That flows. The what? They flows. They are always what? In motion. Is that taken out? Please take note of that. Now we have two types of what? Of current electricity. The first one is alternating current, which is AC. Alternating current electricity is the flow of an electrical charge that changes direction periodically. Alternating current can turn on and off. Alternating current reverses the direction of the electrons. What this implies is that this type of electricity what? Moves or changes direction periodically. It does not move in one direction. They can change direction anytime you wish to change them. Like going to your switch to put off your refrigerator. Your refrigerator is a what? Is a very good example of what? Of an alternating current. Do not forget that your refrigerator is what? Is an example of electricity or electrical device. Now, the electrical device can be put on or off at any point in time. That's talking about your refrigerator. Is that again now? That is why it is referred to as what? As alternating current. They can what? They can reverse the direction. You can put it on and off at any point in time. Is that understood? Good. That's why we call it they change what? They change direction at any point in time. The other one says direct current. What do you mean by direct current? Direct current electricity consists of a charge that moves in only one direction. These ones do not change, given its consistency of movement. Direct current electricity provides a constant level of voltage. Examples of direct current electricity use include your battery, your vehicle battery. That vehicle battery, does it have on and off? Of course not. It does not have any switch that puts it on or off. So it has a constant voltage. That again now, voltage does not change. Do not forget that the first one under refrigerator, you can actually what? You can control the voltage, you can lower it, you can increase, you can put it on, you can put it off. Is that not so? You can reduce the voltage, isn't it? But this one, you cannot alternate or change the voltage. Is that again now? That's under direct current. They only have one direction. Is that understood? They have just one, that's what they call them direct current. They have what? Just one direction. They go in only one direction. They provide constant level of what? Of voltage. They do not change voltage. Is that understood? Good. And in summary, he said electricity is a form of secondary energy. Why do we say it is a form of secondary energy? It is because electricity cannot be formed on its own. It can only be gotten through a what? To a primary source. Is that taken on? It can only be gotten what? Through a primary source. And one of the primary sources is what? Is the chemical energy, which is your what? Which is your battery, your cell battery. Is that taken on? So that's an example of a primary energy, a primary source. Is that understood? Good. And under evaluation, we have what is electricity? Now define electricity. The second one says mention and explain the types of electricity that we have. We have how many types of electricity? So we have 2 types of what? Of electricity. Is that also? And the first one is static, which is one that does not move, always stagnant. And the second one is what? Is current electricity, one that what? That moves, that is not stagnant. Is that understood? God bless you. Please, I want you all to study your notes to ensure that you work hard towards your exams so that you will pass and come out in flying colors. Please continually wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Do not forget likewise to use your alcohol-based sanitizer. Is that taken out? Avoid social gathering. And if you must go out to public places, please ensure you go with your what? With your face mask. God bless you and have a wonderful day. I remain my humble self, Mr. Olakwade. Bye for now.